Alright, today's video I have these two guns and they do quite look different from each other. This right here, it's in, I used to call this in SBR, an ARP9. This is the PDW King Arms. I've been calling it ARP9 for a while. Kinda is, but it's actually a PDW 9 made by King Arms. You can see the trademark right there. And this approximately came out in 2019 to 2020. I really feel like it was 2020. I know for a fact this came out in 2010. And these are, a year apart, and they got some major differences. Like the hop up, this has a full hop up where it's all one piece. This has two. The other lower piece screws into the lower receiver, and the other top part is just how they normally are. And they can slide it in and out, whatever. Inner barrel is actually, a real inner barrel. I do have a gun that has an inner barrel that's black, and I don't even think it's metal or whatever material they use. I think it's brass. Yeah, it's not brass in the other gun, but that's not about this video. This is front wire, this is rear wire. That's no different, that's still current. But inside internals is pretty much normal. It's not much to say. This is just the DSG. I DSG'd it. FPS, I think they're about this. No, they're not about the same. This is like, I don't know. I haven't shot this in a while. I'm gonna be shooting these two. I'm using this big battery for this, and I'll use the same. I do them one at a time. But this got a flat trigger. This has a MOSFET too. You can see it has hybrid all over it. The pair run. This just have trigger contacts, and yeah. But this is a big gap in time. 10 whole years. And they both already loaded. I just gotta get the battery in. Alright, now if I had another, like, what is that? What type of style gun is that? Basically it's kind of like an M16, but it's like, just an AR-15. If I had another one that was like up to date, I could have used that. I just used this because I think this is the newest gun I have. I don't know the other dates the other guns I have came out, but let's just get to the chrono. That's pretty on point. Something happened, but this is the FPS 304. It's pretty much in the 300s, which is not bad. I'm gonna keep it here. About 0.86 joules, not bad. And now let's get to the other gun. All right, now I have the Stag 15. See that? If I did have the gun programmed in full auto, the other gun, I would have did it. But as you can see, this is pretty consistent. Very consistent. I'm trying to see where the full auto RPS is. It didn't show it right. It's only saying 7 and 7 than that. But both of them, they're pretty nice. One thing I will point out, this Stag 15 does have a flash mag, and I never had one of those before. I think I'm gonna do a different video about that, showing different magazines, but it's pretty loud. It's just like a high cap magazine. I can literally wind the thingy. Let me try to show it. Yeah, this thing right here is literally windable. You don't have to use, well, you have to use that, but you literally can just wind it like that. I only got one hand right now, so I'm not really showing it the right way. Yeah, like that. But the way you use it, you pull this thing back. It's hard to show it with one hand. Alright, so it's like this. And it loads up, which is pretty nice. I kind of like that way, because I never had it before. So I might get more of these, even though they're loud. I feel like they're good for like testing gun out, see if it feed right. But in today's time, mid-cap magazines mostly used, kinda. I want to take that back because mid-cap syndrome, but high caps is mainly used, obviously. Do I have a high cap? I do. This is a high cap magazine. This is a bad example though, because it's a cheap one. This is from my HK416, but it's a pretty solid magazine. You just wind it. They both the same. This has a string and it doesn't. Oh, they're not the same size either. I kind of like this better because it kind of looks more realistic. Because when I first got it, I didn't know it was a flash mag. I thought it was just something like fake dummy mag or something. And you feed the BBs at the top too. You know, with mid caps, you don't do none of that. Just speed loader it. I can't open it. But I think it has the same mechanism pretty much as a high cap. It just got that string attached. And I wonder what happens if it like break. You just can't use it no more. You probably can just rig it up or something. I don't know. But that's gonna be it of this video showing these two guns that are a decade apart. King Arms PDW 9 and the Echo 1 Stack 15.